What's going on, guys? This is Corey with Colorado Cold Bloods and
Aaron with Colorado Cold Bloods.
Imagine that. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump right in here. This is clutch number 14, our update. So for this clutch in particular, we have our pairing was our boy Nikolai,
our orange-headed snake, as some refer to him as. He is our Cypress Spotnose Black Pastel Blitz. Was at one of our shows and he actually got featured in a photo shoot. So pictures of him from that photo shoot to come.
Yep, definitely. And then he went to our female Ripley. So she is a Mahogany Spotnose Blitz Harlequin. So we got a lot of genetics flying around here. Obviously, Spotnose has a super form. Spotnose and Cypress are allelic with each other. The black pastel is in the combination, the mahogany is in the combination, and we also have Blitz on both sides, so the potential for a Blitzkrieg or a Super Blitz is in the mix. And obviously Harlequin. So Harlequin's a nice brightening genetic, tends to do a lot of striping, different stuff like that too. Obviously there's a bit of that going on anyway with the Spotnose and Super Spotnose and the Cypress Spotnose. And again, this is a crazy clutch. There's not a lot to it, but that being said, what there is pretty wild and very, very exciting. So anyway, with that, we only have one unofficial unknowing sponsor today, and I will hand it over to Aaron.
So regardless of what my shirt says, I mean, it does mean stand up to cancer, and obviously October is breast cancer month. By the time you guys watch this, it will still be October. Not only that, Corey and I unfortunately have had a couple family members, a really close friend, and actually my dad is in remission, so we've had some family members pass away from cancer too, so we're all for, F cancer movement. Anyway, with that being said, I'm actually going to give a shout out to my girl Becca over at Eller Exotics. She does, she does all the crocheting stuff that you might see at some of the shows. She's done a couple isopods for rubber ducky isopods, and they look really cool, but she also does, I don't want to say custom work. I kind of asked her to do these for me. She ended up doing 8, and my bank account could only afford 2. So there you go. She knows anytime that there's a horror movie icon of any sort that she comes to me. So shout out to her. Her stuff is all handmade. It's soft. It's awesome. It's cool. She's really cool. So, and she also does breed leopard geckos.
Yes. And in addition to that, hopefully you'll see a little bit of a difference in our video here as well as the audio. So we did make an adjustment to that. We finally made the upgrade from using our phones. After a very long time of deciding,
we made an investment decision.
We did. So with that, we did go with some new gear. So we have a nice new camera as well as some new audio equipment. So hopefully that improves the audio quality. That's been kind of something that's been driving me a little crazy on these intros especially. We have a different mic when I'm doing an individual person with the floating hands. So for that audio was generally pretty good, but we have upgraded our setup, so hopefully these intros are actually going to have better video. You're not going to have as much of that stuttering that it seemed to be having before, as in, there was a little bit of shakiness that as
we
it
still
tried
stutter,
to
but
focus. Yes, we absolutely will. But other than that, the audio should hopefully be improved, and from there, we'll hopefully improve the quality. We're going to start using this camera as well in the future for our clutch updates. We have already pre-recorded those clutch updates, not the intros as you see, but we did pre-record all of those clutch updates as those babies shed out so we could separate them apart. But so that all those are pre-recorded under the old setup, but these new intros will be under the new one. So let us know what you think. Let us know if the audio quality is improved. The video hopefully is improving. But let us know your thoughts. So anyway, with that, shall we jump into this clutch?
Don't forget to share, and subscribe.
What she said. What is going on, guys? We are here for clutch number 14. So we only had 2 good eggs out of this batch, so we're going to change it up a little bit on this setup. So in this particular case, we're going to show the parents up close first. So this is our boy Nikolai. Nikolai, we believe, is a black pastel Spotnose Cypress Blitz. So from there, you can see that Spotnose and Cypress, they tend to kind of wash out that head pretty hardcore. They kind of create that real bright orangish yellow tone. Very, very cool looking animal. He's just aging better and better. His blacks are actually getting more high contrast and deeper. So very much am enjoying how this boy is aging. I love how he's kind of got a little bit of that outlining on his eye stripes, everything like that. So very, very cool animal. He's absolutely gorgeous. And I know he's not going to stay still for much longer for me. So there we are. So this is our boy Nikolai. He tends to be a fan favorite in general, and I see why. So he's absolutely fantastic. So we will switch gears here, and in this particular case, we are going to switch up to the female. She's a little feisty right now. I don't know why she's upset. She's actually usually really sweet. So what we believe this girl is I believe that she is a Mahogany Spotnose Blitz. So basically we're swapping out black pastel for mahogany. And once you do that, then other than that, you take out Cypress from what the male is. So definitely different parents, different lineage overall. So with that, this girl, I love her pattern. So first of all, I love the back of her head. Again, it's the lining on those eye stripes is really cool. The mahogany kind of creates that nice kind of, burgundy-ish tones. Burgundy is not a great way to describe it, I guess, but as she's aged, she's actually lightened up a bit more overall, just like your typical mahoganies. But you've got that spot nose, which is really kind of creating these keyholes instead of eyes. And then on top of that, it's also kind of forcing that stripe out. There is a possibility that there is Harlequin in here. I don't believe that's the case, but Harlequin does a little bit more with these kind of floating alien heads as well. So there is a possibility that that's floating around in the mix, which could explain what we're going to try and figure out on these babies in a second here. So anyway, Blitz, she's definitely kind of starting to get these curls, but, overall, not the highest expression of Blitz, but it's there. It's just something that after hatching enough of them, I can just kind of see it with the spot nose here. So it looks really, really cool. I love when they get those little kind of dots on the back of their head from that spot nose in there too. Just a cool combo. So yeah, she's one that's been kind of hiding in the background. We haven't done a whole ton with her yet. So in fact, actually, this is her first clutch. So, all right, we have the babies, and I have a tote. Now I do, at least, right? So these guys, honestly, these are going to be the best educated guesses from us. They are pretty wild. So I hope the camera does these guys justice. In fact, I should probably have had a light on for you this whole time. But, here we are. Okay, so the first one is really cool. So, at a minimum, what I believe this one is going to be a black pastel mahogany. And obviously, because the male was a Cypress Spotnose, those two are allelic. So we have to have either Spotnose or Cypress in the mix. In this particular case, I believe we have Spotnose. It's hard to say because mahogany and black pastel, they tend to stripe out like you saw before on the other animal. So in general, it's likely to be Spotnose. And you'll see why I believe that after we get into the other one. So that's likely what's going on here. And Blitz to Super Blitz. In reality, these sides are crazy enough that it could be the Super Blitz, but if you ever see Mahogany and Black Pastel together, they do tend to kind of blow up those patterns on the sides. You throw in one dose of the Blitz, and it's already going to do that. So just look at that crazy pixelation on the sides there. Just a wild animal there. Very, very cool. So that is my educated guess on baby number 1. I'm definitely in awe of both of these for just different reasons. Okay, second baby. So like I said, we only had 2 out of this because only 3 good eggs, and one of them did not make it all the way to term. So this one here is something. So I suspect we have Spotnose in here. Again, that stripe out is real interesting, and we did have Spotnose on the female side. Then on top of that, I suspect there is probably going to be Cypress in here. So I believe we have Spotnose Cypress, and I believe there's Black Pastel again. Outside of that, then I think we're starting to look at the potential at Blitz and Super Blitz. So we don't have quite as crazy a washed out head as the father does with his Cypress. So I'm not quite sure how that's working out, but it does have some of that orange effect. I think that the Mahogany that's in there, which I of course did not mention specifically, is causing it to. I think it's probably got Mahogany in here. The color tone kind of changes, and with that, oh my goodness, with that, I think that could be what's dulling the that normal orange we got on the other male, and then the female that we have as a sister to the male that produced these. They're just much brighter in orange. So I can't say for sure, but with that, that's why I suspect there's a large possibility that Mahogany's in the mix. It may be that the Black Pastel isn't there, and then it's a Blitz or Super Blitz that's really exploding the pattern in comparison. So that's kind of where I'm back and forth. I'm not necessarily sold on the Black Pastel part. I don't know. I mean, there's just so much going on here that it really becomes that educated guess. But look at that tail. I mean, that crazy patterning on the top of the tail there. You've got all that crazy pixelated pattern exploding on the sides. You know, this is just a flipping cool animal. I mean, both of these, and you know, when I talk about the Mahogany and then, you know, how the potential of the Cypress is in there. So it's not necessarily doing the normal Cypress of blowing up that bright orange on the sides either. But if you look at these two side by side, you can definitely see the brightness and color difference. Okay, they don't want to sit still down there, so we're going to put them together. So you can see the deeper oranges going on in this one. You know, I don't know. Either way, they're phenomenal, and I'm going to have some hard choices as to whether or not these guys need to stay or how it's going to work, right? Everybody's got space constraints, so we have to figure out the best solutions, but these things are so dang cool that I just don't know where I'm going to go with that. We'll have to consult Erin and see what she wants to do too, but anyway. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know this was a little bit of a different setup on the video. We wanted to kind of, you know, show what we were working with, and you know, feel free to chime in. Let us know what you think we're doing. So, baby number 1, baby number 2. From that, you know, let us know what you think. What would you suspect the IDs are on these guys? Again, there's so much going on. It's you know, there's really educated guesses here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that amazing stuff. Let us know which one was your favorite, you know, and let us know what you enjoyed. We really do appreciate everybody's help here, and support, and we will see you guys in the next one.